Both Invincible and The Boys have elevated the superhero genre over the last few years, and there is one key difference that highlights why both shows are successful despite their different approaches. Let me know in the comments section why you think both shows have been so successful. But before the Avengers meet up with Thanos in that iconic scene,
I am Thor, son of Odin, king of Asgard, god of thunder.
You said 4?
Thor.
4 like
Thor, like T then H. I don't know. It's O or U.
I think it's
U.
U.
O-U-R.
the realism is insane. I'd like to say hello, guys and gals. I'm Nick, and welcome to Furthy's Feedback. So, both shows are adapted from comic book series and have been celebrated for their deference to the source material. Amazon Prime has established a healthy and likely overlapping viewer base for both shows thanks to memorable characters and engrossing stories. And there is a perpetual argument over whether Invincible or The Boys is the best superhero show. However, there is one major distinction between the two superhero genre powerhouses that not only sets them apart, but also explains why they've both been embraced. Both Invincible and The Boys prove there is a demand for superhero content that breaks from the formula that has become standard for both Marvel and DC, and it goes well beyond just having a great villain like Omni-Man or Homelander. Both shows expose the superhero genre for its lack of realism, but they each do it with their own unique method, just like those realistic cuts in Family Guy.
We now return to an 80s teen movie at a realistic high school.
You going down at that karate tournament?
I don't think so.
You guys do karate? You're both losers.
Invincible and The Boys both present an alternative viewpoint on superheroes that departs from the clean and wholesome punches of Captain America and Batman. But Invincible isn't a direct parody like The Boys is. Invincible certainly contains plenty of homages to Marvel and DC heroes, and it greatly exaggerates much of the superhero action, but it still holds on to too many of the classic superhero tropes. The Boys, on the other hand, directly mocks the genre to deliver a scathing condemnation of its many overwrought tropes. Invincible has a classic superhero as its protagonist in Mark Grayson, while The Boys paints a group of individuals who wish to expose and kill superheroes as its protagonists. Where Invincible still glorifies heroes like Invincible and Atom Eve as its forces for good, The Boys often implies that merely being a superpowered individual makes you a villain. That distinction between the two shows results in vastly different viewing experiences, but it also emphasizes the importance of alternative superhero content, regardless of its central intent. Variety is the spice of life, but goddamn, this guy takes the cake.
There's extremely few categories of porn that I don't like. Whatever sexuality it is, whatever fetish it is, I would say just about I like so many different types of porn. For me, variety is the spice of life.
After more than a decade of formulaic superhero movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Extended Universe, both Invincible and The Boys have acted as a palate cleanser for many superhero genre fans. Both shows, along with their source material, depart from the standards that have been established over nearly a century of comic book lore, which is exactly what is necessary for any style of art or content. Simply put, it needs to evolve. Both Invincible and The Boys have been successful because they've helped superhero fans look at the genre from a completely different perspective than the one that they've been spoon-fed for so long. While it's true that Invincible still clings to some of the tropes of the genre, it does so in an exaggerated, ultra-violent manner that shows little deference to the more wholesome elements of superhero content. The Boys spits in the face of the concept entirely, with biting commentary on not only superheroes but the world at large. Both are important additions to one of the most popular genres of fiction of the last century. Sounds a bit like old school WWE Carlito to me.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.